So, yeah, how are we today? Who have we got here today? So I'm Namesbliss. I'm a rapper and artist from North West London.
My name is Ms Banks. I'm a rapper from South London.
Yeah, Wagwan, my name's D-double-E, yeah? I'm a UK artist, big outside.
Hi everyone, my name's Cristale. I'm an artist from South London.
Oh yeah, my name's Imrhan. I'm an artist from Birmingham.
So I think the first conversation really, we've been chatting already about the culture that we were raised in terms of music and how you would describe it.
I grew up in a very music-orientated family. My dad was super into hip-hop. Like, I remember growing up hearing Biggie, Tupac, KRS-One. And then there's a bit of a juxtaposition because my mum loved music as well, but she was very much into a lot of Whitney Houston, Monica, a lot of R&B, and also a lot of African music. I remember listening to a lot of Kofi Olamide. I don't know if you don't know about him, but yeah, just a lot of, kind of Congolese, Decale, Ivorian music as well. But yeah, that was her bag. But yeah, it super inspired, I guess, my journey and shaped, you know, the stuff I like in music, sound-wise.
Yeah, I hear that, proper. And what would you say about yourself, Double, in terms of the culture that you were raised on musically and surrounding environment?
Yeah, I was growing up in a kind of Jamaican household. So I was hearing like a lot of the 90s ragga, reggae songs. But at the same time, because I was living in the UK, the channel started, the box, they called it. It's just before Sky had the box and Top of the Pops, and there was just like the UK culture was coming through the TV and the radio, so that whole soul to soul, there's just bare things I can say that happened in that time that mixed with my background. Yeah, a lot of pop was coming through them times because we never had the raw stations. You know what I mean? Everything was a bit. It's only when I got to 16 and or 14, 15, I got my first little radio on the FM, and then I could hear the raw, like, raw, what's this?
It's like pirate radio.
Pirate and stuff like that, but before then it was like just through the channels.
I think as well I came from like a quite musical background. My two cousins used to be a part of a group called Diego when I was growing up. My uncle taught me how to rap. We got my first bars together when I was 3. My mum played music throughout the house. My auntie played music throughout the house. My gran played music throughout the house, and it's all types of music. So from ragga to dancehall to like you're going like reggae, Beres Hammond, and then you're going Dolly Parton, and then you're going like all over the place. And for me, obviously I've seen you coming up like now, but me sitting here, I at one stage of my childhood life would have grown up listening to either Imrhan, D-double, or Ms Banks. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I was even saying to Imrhan in there that I don't know when them tunes there. I can't remember what year it was, but I remember that I was either in secondary school.
Yeah, 60.
2016, I was 15 years old. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that was before I even thought of doing music or anything like that. I was just doing poetry as a hobby in school. Do you get me? So my musical background has been lots. My dad's been in and out of the music industry. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, but you know, I never had plans of like doing stuff like this. I wanted to be an architect. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Look at that.
I went uni, studied illustration and that to get through to the architectural design field, and then along the way, I got a record deal somehow. Do you get what I mean? Just from doing freestyles on Insta and stuff like that. You get me? So yeah, my musical upbringing and my palette for music is very broad, and I feel like that's a gift as well for me, like to be able to just wake up one day and I want to listen to Ed Sheeran, and then the next day I want to wake up and listen to Buju Banton, and then the next day I wake up and I want to listen to D-double.
Yeah, the range.
You get what I mean? The range, yeah.
Proper. What would you say about yourself, Imrhan?
My story's a bit boring, man. I wasn't. My mom kind of like discerned like, yo, these music videos are a bit wild. You know what I mean? So she was kind of like, no music. So now I was like, Kai, I can't listen to music. So we just didn't listen to music in the house.
Was your mum Christian?
Yeah, nah, she was, and I think she was kind of like very protective of me at the time because obviously the stuff that we saw on the TV, like, not gonna lie, it was a bit boisterous for us as youths. Have you ever realised when you start singing a song that you used to sing when you was younger, the lyrics
were
hitting and you're thinking, hey, is that what I was singing?
I was nine.
And at a young age, jeez. So obviously, I get why now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, I still used to sneak and listen to 50 Cent and, here and there. So I grew up on like rap, so like 50 Cent, like Eminem. Like it was that era. I think that's like what, 2000?
Yeah.
I think that's when I kind of start kind of like weaning my way into actually listening to music properly. But other than that, it was gospel straight, to be fair, in my house. And a lot of it was, like my dad used to play Masquerade, which is like our Nave country kind of song, like Masquerade, Calypso.
Okay.
Those are the stuff that would come up on like Calypso and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Like almost like soca linked to that as well.
It's kind of soca, Calypso, that kind of vibe, but more Calypso. Yeah, there was a different ring, man. Different ring. The lyrics were different, yeah.
I hear it. I think for myself, I can relate with some of your story. I think for me, my mum was like super Christian. My dad was kind of a bit more lax. So like my dad would play a lot of jazz records, a lot of early hip hop records, but he wouldn't want us to listen to them. So there was that whole element of like, he could listen to it, but if he saw me and my brothers listening to like Tupac and Biggie and he would almost be like, I still remember when my oldest brother bought a 50 Cent CD. Parents saw the CD, smashed up the CD, and we saved up lunch money for that one.
Oh no.
Had to get it again. So that was it. But really for me, it was a lot of jazz influence. My brothers showed me a lot of like pirate radio, like early like Deja Vu. I was like 8 years old hearing like Fleur D, hearing Double on radio before you could even like see people. So I just knew voices. I just knew that that's Fleur R, that's Double, so we had like our favorite MCs before we could even like see the faces.
Sick.
And then from there, it just influenced like my style. So yeah, I'll say a lot of rap music, a lot of jazz music and gospel music together. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice, man.
Pirate radio was definitely a thing. I remember the one radio station that I knew when I was growing up was Vibes FM. And that was, obviously, Courtney Melody's my uncle, innit? So even all of that, it's mad. And my main source of music growing up was definitely the TV channels like MTV. Yeah. Channel U.
Channel U. Yeah.
Before AKA, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before
Them days, man.